First, though, my next guest went from managing his family business to singing in front of the Queen. Michael Armstrong gave up work on a construction site 3 years ago to pursue his dream of singing. Now, despite turning down Simon Cowell to appear on The X Factor, he's now released his debut album.
Met our mothers in the USO, asked them to dance with them slow. And we're living here in Allentown, but the restlessness was handed down, and it's getting very hard to stay.
And Michael Armstrong is with me now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm covered in hummus, so I apologise now.
I thought you were going to hold my hand.
No.
Oh.
Hummus and raw onions, so I apologise. So now tell me about the thing I'm intrigued about, saying no to Simon Cowell. What's this about?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of came about. I actually went to Florida with my children, Disney World, and I entered a American Idol experience. It's like a Disneyland themed thing, and I ended up winning it. And that took me to the American Idol sort of television show, which they didn't let me do in the end because I wasn't an American citizen. But as a result of that, when I came back here, it kind of flagged up to the various producers, I think, of Britain's Got Talent and The X Factor, that I might be a possible candidate. But to be honest with you, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I write songs from the heart and about real people and real life. I'm not a natural kind of diva kind of singer like that, and it just didn't seem like it was the right thing to do. I wanted to make an album off my own back and do my own thing.
No, because I'm right, you were 38 when you decided to just completely turn your life around. Quite a brave thing to do.
Yeah, wasn't quite that kind of cut and dried overnight. I mean, I've been writing songs and playing music and recording music since I could play an instrument when I was 10 or 11 years old, and always wanted to do what I'm doing now. But my parents did the right thing that parents should do and said, come on, while you're following this dream, come and work in the family business. And I did that, and real life kind of took over. And it wasn't till about, as you say, I was 38 years old 3 or 4 years ago, that the kind of global economic crisis hit the building industry. The work dried up. My dad got ill, who I worked with. I had a minor health scare. I was approaching middle age, the dreaded 40, and I met someone in the music business who really thought my songs were something special, and it was a fork in the road, and I thought, if you don't go for it now, you're never going to do it. So I went for it. Is
it about fame?
I don't know. I never really enjoyed doing the building thing. It was never what I wanted to do. I was always wanted to do music, and I knew I was good at it. Yeah, I wanted other people to hear my songs. I love the songs of Paul McCartney, of Bob Dylan, those 70s kind of, Billy Joel. And I wanted to make music like that classic era, rather than you would download one song, you listen to an album from start to end. And I think from the reactions I've been getting, I've achieved that. It's a modern sound, but it's a classic album.
But as I say, did you want to escape your past life and live this sort of famous life, did you think?
I don't know, I guess so. I guess that's in all of us. If we do what we do, if you're in front of a camera, you're a natural show-off, I guess. So maybe that's part of it. But I just love music. Music has always been my life, and I wanted it to be my career. How lucky. The best thing you can possibly do in life is to have a job which you love. Yeah?
Oh, completely.
And so many people don't have that. Yeah. And I just didn't want to be on my deathbed and have any regrets, and I won't have that now.
Now, you've met Paul McCartney and Cliff Richard and the Queen. But you weren't introduced to the Queen as you, were you?
No, I wasn't. That's still one of the greatest moments of my life. I mean, go back to Paul McCartney, who, since I wanted to play instruments because of Paul McCartney. Yeah, I thought if I could play the guitar and play the piano and write songs, that maybe one day I'd get to meet him. And unbelievably, that came true in 2012 at Buckingham Palace at the Queen's Jubilee concert. And he was He was absolutely lovely. If I closed my eyes, I could remember every single moment,
Aw.
every single word, every kind of flick of the head, you know, like he does. Hey, how you doing, rock star, sort of thing. He's like that all the time.
But
And
then
he was
how did you
absolutely
meet the
lovely.
Queen?
But I got on. What I did, we sang. He did the finale, sorry,
Yeah.
of the concert, and all the other stars went on stage to join him. So you had Elton John and Gary Barlow and Stevie Wonder and all my heroes, and I was standing backstage, and I thought, why not? You know, why not
did you
go
go
on the
on?
stage? But I couldn't walk on with Elton John. I couldn't walk on with the others. So the last people on stage were the military wives, all dressed in black. So I joined the military wives, and I walked out onto the stage, and I sang, and I've given it some
Good
of that.
for you.
And I sang with all my heroes. And,
How wonderful. And
which
the
was-
Queen you were introduced as a military wife. which
Well,
is
yeah, well,
fabulous.
there was a line-up at the end, and the Queen came out, and I thought, oh, I'm in trouble here. And she came out, and she said, the military wives, and she shook my hand and didn't
How
bat an eyelid.
lovely. Oh, Michael, well, listen, best of luck with everything.
Thank you so
Lovely
much.
to see you.
Thank
Thank you. Now, after the break, we're heading to Hollywood, where Twilight star Chris